Hello students, welcome to Ajaxar Academy YouTube channel. In this session, I am going to discuss laws of motion. In this objective type questions part 1. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel. Please share your valuable comments in the comment section. Okay, let us go to the today's session. First one. A force produces an acceleration of 1 meter per second square on an object of mass 1 kilogram. This force is defined as 1 dyne, 1 Newton, 1 Tesla, 1 pound. Here force producing 1 meter per second square acceleration and mass 1 kilogram. So this force is defined as 1 Newton. SI unit of force is Newton. So whenever the force producing acceleration of 1 meter per second square on an object of mass 1 kilogram, then this force is defined as 1 Newton. Next, a mass m falls freely from rest. The linear momentum after it has fallen through a height h is, here g is acceleration due to gravity, root of mgh, m root 2gh, m root gh and 0. Here a mass m falls freely from rest. The linear momentum after it has fallen through a height, that is m root of 2gh. Okay, second option is correct. Next, which of the following statements is incorrect for action and reaction forces? These act on two different bodies. These are equal in magnitude but opposite in direction. These act on a single body. Action and reaction never balance each other. Here in these four options, third one is incorrect. These act on a single body. Here, which of the following statements is incorrect for action and reaction forces? So this is the third statement is incorrect. These act on a single body. Okay. Next. A body is said to be in equilibrium if all the forces acting on it are in the same direction, are in equal in magnitude, have zero resultant, can be arranged in pair. When a body is said to be equilibrium if all the forces acting on it have zero resultant. Okay, third option is correct. Next, the quantity of motion of a body is best represented by its mass, its speed, its velocity, its linear momentum. The quantity of motion of the body is best represented by its linear momentum. Okay, fourth option is correct. Next, the behavior of a body under zero resultant force is given by Newton's third law of motion, Newton's second law of motion, Newton's first law of motion, Newton's law of gravitation. Here, the behavior of a body under zero resultant force is given by Newton's first law of motion. Okay. Next, which law of Newton is called law of equilibrium? Newton's first law of motion, Newton's second law of motion, Newton's third law of motion, Newton's law of gravitation. Here, which law of Newton is called the law of equilibrium? Newton's first law of motion is called the law of equilibrium. Okay, first option is correct. Next, you are thrown outer side when your car suddenly takes a turn. Which law of Newton's is involved in this? Third law, second law, first law, law of gravitation. Here, what you are doing? You are thrown outer side when your car suddenly takes a turn. Which law of Newton is involved in this? Newton's first law. Why? Because Newton's first law of motion is also known as law of inertia. This is turning, inertia of direction. So it depends upon the Newton's first law. Newton's first law is involved in this. Okay. Third option is correct. Which of the following is the most significant law of motion given by Newton? First law of motion, second law of motion, third law of motion, zeroth law of motion. So here the most significant law of motion given by Newton is second law of motion. Okay, Newton's second law of motion. Next, in translatory motion, Newton's third law can be used to obtain Newton's first law, law of conservation of momentum, law of conservation of mass, law of conservation of kinetic energy. So, in translatory motion, Newton's third law can be used to obtain law of conservation of momentum. Okay, second option is correct. Next, a frame of reference is said to be inertial if Newton's law of motion holds good, Newton's law of motion do not hold good, the frame of reference accelerates, the frame of reference deaccelerates. A frame of reference is said to be inertial if Newton's laws of motion holds good. If Newton's laws of motion holds good, then a frame of reference is said to be inertial. Okay, first option is correct. Next, there are three Newton's laws of motion, namely first, second and third laws. We can derive second law and third laws of motion from first law, third and first laws of motion from the second law, first and second laws from the third law. All the laws are independent of each other. Here the three Newton's laws of motion, we can derive third and first laws from the second law. Okay. Next, a bird is sitting in an airtight case suspended from a spring balance. If the bird starts flying, then the reading of the balance will become 0, increase, decrease, remains unchanged. Here a bird is sitting in an airtight cage suspended from a spring balance. If the bird starts flying, then the reading of the balance will remains unchanged. Okay. Area under force time graph on time axis indicates displacement, work done, impulse, linear momentum. Here area under force time graph on time axis indicates impulse. Impulse is the product of force on the time. Okay. Next, a man is standing on a spring balance platform. Reading of the spring balance is 60 kg weight. If man jumps outside the platform, then the reading of the spring balance is first increases and then decreases to 0, decreases, increases, remains the same. Here a man is standing on the spring balance platform. Reading of the spring balance is 60 kg weight. If man jumps outside platform, then the reading of the spring balance is first increases and then decreases to 0. Next, a man drops an apple in the lift. He finds that the apple remains stationary and does not fall. The lift is going down with constant speed, going up with constant speed, going down with constant acceleration, going up with constant acceleration. Here a man drops an apple in the lift. He finds that apple remains stationary and does not fall. The lift is going down with constant acceleration. Okay. Next, a force produces an acceleration of A1 in a body and the same force produces an acceleration of A2 in another body. If two bodies are combined and the same force is applied on the combination, the acceleration produced in it is A1 plus A2, A1 plus A2 by A1 A2, A1 A2 by A1 plus A2, root of A1 A2. So, when If two bodies are combined and the same force is applied in the combination, the acceleration produced in it is A1 A2 by A1 plus A2. Next, a body is under the action of three forces F1, F2 and F3, in which case the body cannot undergo angular acceleration. F1, F2 and F3 are concurrent. F1 bar and F1 plus F2 plus F3 is equal to 0. F1, F2 are parallel F3, but the three forces are not concurrent. F1 and F2 act the same point, but F3 acts at different points. The point cannot undergo angular acceleration when F1, F2 and F3 are concurrent. First option is correct. In this case, the body cannot undergo angular acceleration. Next, a ball is dropped from a spacecraft revolving around the earth at a height of 120 kilometers. What will happen to the ball? It will continue to move with the same velocity along the horizontal orbit of spacecraft. It will move with the same speed tangentially to the spacecraft. It will fall down to the earth gradually. It will go very far in space. So, it will continue to move with the same velocity along the horizontal orbit of the spacecraft. Okay. Next. Inside a railway car, a plumb bob is suspended from the roof and a helium filled balloon is tied by a string to the floor of the car. When the railway car accelerates to the right, then both the plumb bob and balloon move to the left. Both the plumb bob and balloon move to the right. Plumb bob moves to the left and balloon moves to the right. Plumb bob moves to the right and the balloon moves to the left. Here, when the railway car accelerates to the right, then plumb bob moves to the left and balloon moves to the right. Third option is correct. Thanks for watching this video.